I believe I coined the term premium cryptocurrency. Now, I'm probably full of it, but I'm going to make that claim anyway. But at the height of my frustration with XRP, I stripped XRP of its classification. It no longer, I said, was a premium cryptocurrency. Now, a lot of people lost their minds. I mean, they were freaking out. I like Mikkel's approach. He was adult about it, but he made with facts his reasons why. Well, XRP was, in fact, a premium cryptocurrency, whatever that actually means. And since then, things have only improved vastly with the ecosystem. Most of my complaints, which were valid, in very rapid succession have been fixed. And XRP, you see where it stands. You don't see Solana gaining on it. You darn sure don't see Cardano gaining any ground. It is one of the holy trinity of cryptocurrencies. You got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, you got XRP. That's kind of always been the way. And that continues to be so going forward. So, I'm not one to shy away from saying I was wrong on that one, though. It's taken a long time. I almost slip up on videos on a regular basis where I call it a premium crypto, and I dig in. I won't say it, but let's be honest, it is. It is a premium crypto. And I think what's interesting, we have seen XRP in a lot of ways decouple from the market. Now, if it's in a bear market and things are going down, XRP is not going to be immune from that. But, we saw during this last run, XRP was a little more lively than the rest of the pack. It outperformed. And I think it's set up well for when we go back into growth phase. It's going to do quite good here. So is XRP a premium cryptocurrency? Was I wrong? Was I just being moody? You betcha I was. We are in great position here. Now let's take a look at this because this is interesting. David Schwartz, he says, we built XRP so even Ripple can't control it. Because that's the thing. Everyone always, the detractors, and there's many of them out there, they state that, Ripple controls the XRP ledger. And it's just factually inaccurate. We can confirm that, but we see here, XRP ledger was deliberately engineered to prevent Ripple from controlling it. Not because they don't want control, but because it's not valuable long-term for that to be the case. Ripple CTO, or former CTO, David Schwartz, claimed the design was meant to shield the network from corporate influence, court orders, and regulatory pressure. And this is the thing. We can talk in theory about almost any cryptocurrency out there. XRP has been put to the test. You saw Ripple get sued by the U.S. government, the biggest boogeyman of them all, and it didn't derail us. We didn't fall out of the top 10. The network kept functioning. Its future was never in question, and because of that design, really, here we are now in a great position to continue growing the network. Ripple ultimately prevailed, and a lot of that has to do with the decentralized nature of the XRP ledger. You just cannot, try to maintain, not in the court of law, not in the court of public opinion. You can't maintain that Ripple has some special, authority over the ledger they don't have. And you've seen that. You've seen that in a court case. It didn't hold up then. It won't hold up now. It is a bunch of BS. You best believe that. We see this article, XRP jumped 6% as exchange data points to institutional accumulation. XRP rallied 6% as Bitcoin neared 67,000. That's at the time of this article. I think we're at 68 and change. Crypto looking strong here. In the morning hours on Wednesday with data from one exchange showing spot buying. The buying outpaced sellers by more than 200%. Might this be a turning point? Let's hope so. Now, if you're interested here, and I don't know if any of you all are out there, but you see, I have these articles from CoinDesk and Cointelegraph and things like this. All of the, all of the ads have been stripped away, and I just have, the article itself, the pictures, the charts, all that kind of stuff that just comes up. If you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll show you how to set this up because this is awesome. Regular RSS feed, you just get a little blurb, maybe a picture. This, you get everything. You get everything, no advertisements, no nonsense, just the news. There's no fee. There's no cost to this. This is a great setup. You get all the news in real time. Let me know down below if you're interested in that. I'll show you how to set that up because it really is nice here. Now, we see the uncomfortable truth about XRP that shows how high price can actually go. The uncomfortable truth about XRP, most people may be valuing it through the wrong lens. XRP is infrastructure. It's not simply an asset to be traded. Now, it is both. It is a true cryptocurrency. It's a store of value. It's a payment mechanism. It's all of these. But it really is the infrastructure for the future of finance. XRP is the bridge asset within the XRPL ecosystem. XRP has been positioned as a tool for on-demand liquidity. We don't actually use that term anymore, but we all understand what that means. To be used between currencies and financial institutions. And in the future, demand would be based on usage, not just speculation. Again, this is a blockchain to be used. Now, further, I'll tell you this, it's not just cross-border payments. That's what they're focusing on here. It's going to be the trade and swap of assets. So you got some stock, you want to trade it to stable coins or a bond or some real estate. You're going to have all sorts of value flowing over the XRP ledger, and XRP itself is that bridge currency for much more than just cross-border payments. We're not conceding that. We're the leaders in cross-border payments, but it is much bigger than just that. Under the framework, XRP's valuation would no longer be based on retail buying pressure, and it's not even now, right? We see the success with the ETFs, the value flows coming in, and that's institution. And I'm telling you, institutions are going to like this fact. I believe XRP is decoupled from the rest of the crypto market, and it does give you some diversification in your investment in this arena. People are going to like that. They're going to want some of that in their portfolio. And when we really go into a growth phase, I think XRP will also outpace the major cryptos in terms of growth percentage here. XRP extends rally as liquidation wave accelerates bear unwind. So we're seeing this unwind of this bearish attitude. Will this continue? XRP surges above key moving averages as short liquidations mount and bullish momentum accelerates. So the minute you think there's no way out, there's no way to recover, it's not possible, well, you see what happens. The tides turn, and let's hope this continues. It could be big here. Ripple deploys billions to transform global finance. CEO says he's incredibly excited. So in this article, they're talking about how Ripple's deploying capital to buy real businesses. There's synergy there too between what Hidden Road does, what G Treasury does, now Ripple Treasury, and the XRP ledger. Remember, everything Ripple does, they have XRP in their sights here. That's what's paramount. They want to build value for their company. They want to use the XRP ledger to do that. But what we're seeing here is some very big investments into the ecosystem, and I think it's just the start. I'm telling you, Ripple is going to go public sooner than later. And when they do, what that's going to open up is they're going to be able to do really, really big acquisitions. Things like if they wanted PayPal, they could get it. And again, I don't think PayPal is the right acquisition for them. But when they're public, man, they're going to be able to do that. They're going to have that stock, that liquid stock as a publicly traded company. They got an awful lot of cash. They got great businesses. And they have the secret weapon that nobody, and I mean nobody, not Elon Musk's companies, not anyone else in the world. They have that huge stockpile of XRP, and that's going to drive value like nothing else here. Remember, XRP for them ultimately is the value for that company. It's the difference maker for them versus everything else. Now we see Buterin explains 4-year roadmap for faster quantum resistant Ethereum. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has added to a newly released roadmap outlining how Ethereum plans to drastically speed up the production of new blocks and confirmation of transactions. I hear people all the time say about how slow Ethereum is. Like, that sounds like you haven't used Ethereum in a long time. Go send a payment. It is not slow, not by a long shot. Now, it's not as fast as XRP Ledger, and costs are not as consistent. But then again, there's a lot of usage on this blockchain. We're going to see big improvements in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP as we go forward. A lot of times in the past, people say, well, XRP doesn't have smart contracts. Well, guess what? We have the EVM sidechain now. We're going to have light smart contract programmability on the XRP ledger itself. And this is the great, positioning here. You have Bitcoin as a proof of work. You have Ethereum at full programmability. You got XRP ledger that sits in between. I think they all kind of play their part in the future of blockchain. And I think if you have utility, if you have real value, people are going to use these networks and in a big way. And we're on the cusp here. We got to get this regulation stuff, final. And then we can really start ripping and running as we go forward because people are going to start using this technology. They have to know it's legal. They have to know that some SEC reptilian won't be kicking down their door down the road. But when that happens, man, it's going to unleash a massive investment of capital, a massive investment in time and resources into onboarding these companies, this financial system into the future. It's only a matter of time. You let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.